Okay, thank you for taking time. Today I'm going to give a talk about two topics. And one topic is related to my former presentation. And will you please open the page 8, my brochure, page 8. So this is page 8. Sorry, Alexander, page number is not printed on your drafts, but this is page 8. So this is a mailed yield data in Jilin province. I gave a talk 2 weeks before, and monthly temperature and precipitation. And this is a Jilin province maize yield data sets, and this is a trend line, and this is the detrended lines. The last 2 weeks ago, I made a mistake for the presentation. So I calculated again. So this is wrong. This is I mean neural networks and with the support of Carlos-san. So this is wrong, and this is right. This one is right one. So I made a mistake to making a glass, but this is a right glass. So what I'm working on now as for the yield data is because Carlos-san taught me that more data is preferable.
So this is independent test data, right?
This is a comparison of the yield.
No, I mean this is not just curve fitting. You actually build a model and then you test it on these values. So the model has not seen this value when it predict that, right?
No. Yeah. It's kind of using a neural networks methodology equipped with MATLAB.
Right.
This as for the detrended line, this is detrended, and this is actual value of detrended line. So try to figure out this is using a non-multiple neural networks multiple linear regression, and this is using just a multiple. This one is for the detrended line, detrended values for this one.
No, I think you're right, William. I think it's in the training sample.
It's still in the training?
I think so.
So here, how you use it? Because remember that
yes, we did
the example of the toolbox. There is like a data set. You divide it in training, validation, and testing.
Yes.
Yeah. So one part is the training, so the curves will be like really probably close together, and then you have to test it like in an independent set, no?
Yeah, independent.
So what part is the one that the model didn't see to validate? Like the last part, like the last 30%, or like the
last? Yeah, I think I remember it's the last part. Maybe I'm sorry, but I'm not familiar with using neural network toolbox. So
yeah, you need to be careful because if just fitting the curve, you can get very good result with neural network, but it doesn't help you when you're forecasting. So you only really should plot your actual forecast. The data you've not.
Remember that we created 3 different plots, like one that's like training, then validation, testing.
The validation, yeah.
So you show the one of the independent data set, the testing. That's like the one that will give you the right predictive skill of the model, more or less.
But he doesn't have enough record to do test, so unless he does the cross validation.
Yeah, he will have to do cross validation.
So because
he could see like how the model probably behaves in the last 30% or something. Probably he just like fitted.
The top part is just so this is all just training.
I imagine that probably he divided like his.
So it's probably validation and testing somewhere here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to do
this is actual value.
It's not cross validated, but definitely in some points of there they should be independent. Because he divided the data set in 3. He has to cross validate.
This is yield trend, actual value. And this is a multiple linear regression analysis, the results of multiple linear regression analysis with a function of the accumulated temperature and accumulated precipitation. And this is using a detrended the results of neural networks here.
So now the next step will be to cross-validate the linear regression and the neural network, so they will have like the same independent data sets.
Yes, so I need your advice next week. So what I'm going to do is Carlos-san told me that maybe more data is preferable. More data is needed to raise the significance. So what I did is developing a data set with another province. So it's from Beijing to Urumqi in the Silk Road, there are almost 28 provinces in China. So what I did was there's a maize yield data set from 1949 to year 2004 with 28 province data sets. And also making use of the program, extracting the temperature and precipitation data sets in each grid. So I generated each province. I selected the capital city of each province, and the capital city of the position of each province is fixed. So what I did is in each province from 1961, from January to 2009 December, the monthly precipitation and temperature is generated. So this is the 1961 temperature from January to December, and precipitation from January to December. And also I got the information from the cropping calendar provided by Wisconsin University. So that they provide the data of plant starts, what day of the year plant starts, and what day of the year harvest ends. So making use of these data sets, in each province, in each capital city, I calculated in which day of the year plant starts and harvest ends. So this means, for example, in Beijing, from the beginning of the year, 98 days. I mean, it means beginning of March, maize plant starts, and harvest ends 284. 284 means maybe maybe the beginning of October. So this is the data sets of the cropping calendar in each province of the capital cities. So making use of these data sets, in each province I made yield data here, and accumulated temperature from plant started to the end of harvests, and also the accumulated precipitation from the beginning to the end. So making use of that, I conducted a multiple regression analysis to each province. So and the data sets is also I made a detrended lines and also normal values. So maybe next week I'll show you the results of this. But I could get 28 provinces of the detrended lines and normal values for the multiple linear regression analysis using temperature and precipitation data sets.
So you combine all the provinces to make one huge neural network, or you going to do?
Yes. That's what I want to do that.
Use all the data point.
Not yet, not now. But each province, yeah. I made a multiple regression analysis in each province, separately. But so as a next stage, applying for the neural network altogether of these data sets.
Oh, but you cannot compare them then.
So this is 28 provinces.
28 provinces.
So would you expect one neural network to be okay for all different regions? I mean,
you think that the geo of all the regions in China is pretty homogeneous? Or is
different? Yeah, different.
Yeah, so there's because what would happen is that maybe some place that precipitation is always heavy, some is very dry.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can combine. What do you think, Alex? Can he combine all his different regions into one? Yeah, I think it's a bit tough. I think they probably combine, 2 or 3 regions are very similar, got similar rainfall, but if they're, like even for his crop problem, he's divided into 3, right? What's
regions?
Semi-arid, arid, and what's the other one? Subhuman.
Right? If you did stack them, you need to put in an extra predictor variable that basically tells you which region you're in. Whether that's latitude, longitude, or whatever, you need some kind of variable that will be able to discriminate between regions.
Yeah.
Whether it's a categorical variable or something else.
So either that, or that's what Michael's doing. Have they divided into few similar geographic regions, right?
Yeah. That's right.
So I don't know. If they're too different, then this neural network just get confused anyway. Yeah.
Well, maybe I have the data sets of the cropping calendar. And what day of the week, what day of the year, plant starts and plant ends. So that compare with the same cropping types. And the same accumulated.
But also, you probably want to have somewhat similar temperature and precipitation, right? They're just
so they don't belong to the same distribution, the same population.
Yeah. You know, one is almost semi-arid and one is really wet, and you put them all together. I think doing that way cannot figure it out. It's too complicated.
Even for the linear regression, that would be.
The results suggest some places the result is very good, but some places are not. So that it's kind of a very natural, very much difference depending on the place.
Yeah, when I was suggesting you that, or saying that the neural network or like all these nonlinear models need data, I was referring more that they need like more temporal points, because here you're adding like another predictor, and you still have like the problem that you have like 40 years of observation, so you only have like 40 points. So
but if you have neighboring region with very similar rainfall temperature, then it's extra.
Then you will be fine, because you can assume that this region behaves like this one, and then you will have like double to train. But you know, it's just because now, remember that when you did experiment, you were like training, for example, 70% of 40 points is like, what, 28? And then you have to divide like testing and validation. So you will have like 6 points to validate, more or less. So it's like too few.
So are you both of you still doing the Stanford course on machine learning? No, like Stanford.
I'm watching.
Yeah, because Stanford also they talked about training and testing and validation, training, validation, testing. Right, they're three separate things. They don't mix up and it doesn't work out.
We did that like a couple weeks ago, and I have the videos saved on here. Actually, I think it's week 6 or 5 or something. They cover that.
Yeah. And the testing data, you probably, because you have very short record, you have to rotate the thing. Right. So. Yeah.
So maybe
one of us have to explain to you how this works. Because if you have a long record, you can train with this, validate with this, and test with this. But if you're short record, all your data you want to use for testing, so you have to, use loops to do that.
So this topic is related to the agriculture production.
Whenever you have short time series, you have to do the cross validation, right? Cross testing.
Yeah, because with 40 points it's complicated to get a model that will be trained.
So at least maybe
if you use like the 40 points, the model will only work well in these 40 points, and then if you input like a new point, then the predictive capability will be like probably nothing, because it's like overfitting these 40 points. It could be.
So if we have maybe 100 points, is okay. Maybe 100 or
you still have to, if you're going to show your forecast results, you always have to use the test data. You cannot use the training data to say this is a forecast. It's not forecasting, you're just fitting a curve. Right? The training is just fitting a curve.
So for example, if you want to show your results, then you divide, for example, here in 90, and you say like, I use this to train the model.
Yes, train the model.
And this will be to validate it. So in the independent data. And you see how this model behaves only in these points. And these are like the results where you say that my model has this behavior in the validation data. Like this error, this correlation but in the validation data. Because in the training, as William says, it's just like curve fitting. You will just like fit the points.
But anyway, we'll talk to you later.
So
you can just go on.
Yeah, thank you. So this is